Lamar Wilkerson, that got talked about all the time yesterday at practice. I think they're expecting big things tonight from Jaden Harris, who's not starting, but he'll be in soon.
Bearkats with possession in the black. This is Wilkerson, fadeaway jumper right over Christian Cook to start things tonight. He's very efficient, shooting 48% from the field. The Bearkats, one of the best three-point shooting teams around the country. 12th in the country, 40% from three this year. And it was a mid-range jumper to start for Wilkerson. Cook trying to answer. Misses it short. Crashing hard was Shamanga. Can't grab it, and it goes to Sam Houston.
But I think you're right, Adam. The matchup with Wilkerson and Cook will be interesting.
Wilkerson more than just a three-point shooter. He has a really good overall game. His numbers are up this year. Having a fine year during his final year collegiately. There's Dorian Finister, the transfer from Kansas State. Brennan Burns up top. Good look for Cameron Hoofner, a good three-point shooter as well. His 21st make, and once again, Sam Houston shoots 40% from three as a squad. They're averaging 9 made threes per game. It's not like it's a high percentage with a low make total. They make a lot, and they shoot them at a high clip. On the arc for Bostic, who shot it better from three the recent couple of weeks. Bostic on the arc to Jackson, under 10 to shoot. Zaudy going to work on Burns to the rim, kick out, Cook a clean look, Cook buries it.
Perfect pass by Zaudy Jackson. And good patience by the Aggies there.
Last time out for Zaudy, a season-high 9 helpers, was 1 assist shy of a double-double in that blowout win against the University of the Southwest. Both programs played a non-D1 and had blowout wins to close out 2024. A double-team Finister, and Jackson bails out the Bearkats at midcourt as he fouls Burns about 45 feet away.
And that got discussed all week in practice as well, Adam. I think the Aggies are going to be trapping off the ball screens. They're going to trap the dribbler off the ball screens and see if they can create havoc. But it's a gamble because you could leave a three-point shooter open.
Sam Houston averaging 81 points per game. The finish down low for Brennan Burns, who has filled in nicely due to an injury. Marcus Boykin, who returned last weekend, his first game back after missing a month. More playing time for Burns, and he's responded accordingly. A three for Filipovic.
Maybe this will be his breakout three-point game, Adam.
Russ, you have remarked he shoots it really well in practice, but he has struggled from three in games his entire career. He's only shooting 22% from three this year, but we've seen practice, and he knocks down a lot of them in practice.
Maybe we should play the Hungarian national anthem after the American anthem.
Good work. Here's Sacco on the catch. Help defense from Filipovic, and the Aggies will make Khalifa Sacco earn the points. Only a 49% free throw shooter.
Well, this has been the issue for Emmanuel Shamanga, who works so hard and he's improved dramatically, but struggling. It's one thing to help, but then you've got to recover, and he's got to get back to his man a little bit quicker.
This is a big game for Sacco. Front court depth could be tested the rest of the season for Sam Houston. They're without one of their top reserves, Kean Scroggins, no longer with the team, a 6'7" reserve post player. So that could mean more minutes the rest of the way for Sacco. It is only a 49% free throw shooter. 6'11" out of France. By way of South Plains JUCO and Utah State, a JUCO teammate of Aggie guard Jaden Harris 2 years ago. Splits the pair. Some three-quarter court pressure for the Bearkats. Aggies worked on this a lot during practice this week. Filipovic will break it. Filipovic to the rim, steps through, and a silent whistle, a very quiet whistle on that shot by Filipovic, or did it just go out of bounds? I heard a whistle, but looks like no foul was called, and it just went out of bounds.
And that's where Filipovic is very effective, Adam. Remember last game, he'll slow down once he gets to the basket and really he's looking to gain ground and gain turf.
Aggies inbound for Cook, trailing by a pair. Shamanga working hard down low, posting up on Sacco. Jackson circles back to the arc. Quick release. Filipovic shallow. Rebounded by Marcus Boykin, who just came in off the bench. And Finister steps out of bounds in front of the Aggie bench.
And that's something that I think the Aggies are really going to have to work at. The Bearcats really push the ball up the sideline, and if that's an open three, that's going to damage the Aggies' chances.
Russ, Chris Mudge's team top 50 nationally in fast break points. They like that tempo. Aggies would like to slow the game down a little bit. 3+ in, Bearcats by 2. Bearcats haven't missed a shot from the field yet. Cook will backpedal. Wilkerson defends. 2 Player of the Year candidates. Cook to the rim. Blocked off the backboard by Sacco. Wilkerson long range in transition, an air ball. And it bounces away out of bounds.
Well, great job by Deontay Bostic. He really came running at Lamar Wilkerson.
He was making those in this building a year ago. Excellent recovery there by Sacco as he gets it going up. Still no subs for New Mexico State. Media timeout, next dead ball. Jackson backs up, long 2, back rim, pops around, loose. Filipovic had it. He was bumped by his teammate Shimanga. This is Finister, floater, too strong. Cleared on the weak side by the 7-footer, Emmanuel Shimanga. Filipovic matching up with Hufner on this end of the floor. Jackson trying to find a crease. Shimanga, floater short. Snatched by Finister. Wilkerson in transition again. Filipovic all over it. Tough matchup here for Filipovic. Stays on his feet, forces Wilkerson into a tough look. Sacco corrals though in the near corner.
Well, Deontay Bostic's going to have to get the ones that bounce. Your height doesn't matter when it bounces. Deontay's got to beat him to those.
Boykin, post entry for Hufner, who leans in, lays it in. Help defense was late. The Aggies trying to get a bucket before the media. They missed 5 straight shots from the field. Scoreless drought, approaching 3 minutes. Jackson defended by Boykin. Cook. Hufner defense, mismatch, shoots it over Hufner, way off, and it's last.
It's a great rivalry, but it's a friendly rivalry.
Healthy competition. 14 and a quarter left, half one. Bearcats with the ball. Good start for Wilkerson and Hufner. Kick goes in the near corner for Josiah Hammonds, and he cans a triple. 34% three-point shooter. Transfer from Division I Incarnate Word. Robert Carpenter in off the bench. He's the lone Aggie who just came in. Aggie's going a little bit smaller with Filipovic and Carpenter in the front court now. Filipovic going to work on Hufner. Filipovic, follow-away jumper. That's a tough shot. Carpenter grabs it offensive, slings it out for Jackson. Extra chance for the Aggies. Another tough shot, though, off balance and a fadeaway by Zardi.
Yeah, it's the Sam Houston defense, Adam. They're forcing the Aggies to take off balance shots.
Heat check for Hammonds. Might have been ill-advised. It was contested. Aggies haven't scored in over 4 minutes. A couple of threes, the scoring so far. Filipovic and Cook. Jackson short. Filipovic, the O-board. Hufner defends. Love this matchup here. Good angle for Filipovic, who flips it in.
Yeah, he's always trying to gain ground. It's all about turf, gaining land down there. It's real estate, Adam. And Filipovic is as good as you'll find. Not since Ivan Orocochea have the Aggies had a guy that aggressive around the basket.
That's a good point. It's a foul called on Zardi Jackson. Gabe Pickens was about to check in for him anyway.
But watch him, it's not enough to be at 3 feet. He wants to be at 2 feet, then he wants to be at 1 foot. 1 foot, sorry.
Jaden Harris will check in for the first time. He will likely guard Wilkerson on this end. We'll see if that matchup occurs. But right now it's going to be Cook guarding Wilkerson, and Harris will defend Hammonds in the near corner. But we'll likely see Harris on Wilkerson at some point. Freshman Gabe Pickens defending the senior Marcus Boykin. Down low for Sacco. Nice feed by Boykin, who averages 6 helpers a game.
And again, the help is good from Rob Carpenter, but he's got to recover and go back and get his guy.
Sam Houston shooting 60%, New Mexico State 23%. Aggies likely fortunate to only be down 7. Before that made 3 for Carpenter, and now it's a 2-possession game. 9 of the Aggies' 11 coming on triples. And don't let Carpenter get hot if you're Sam Houston. He can score in bunches. Boykin trying to split. Carpenter won't allow it. Boykin potentially got away with the travel. The fans wanted one. Wilkerson, tough catch. Cook all over him. Boykin out of the corner. Not a great three-point shooter. He's 2 for 13 this year.
Come here. There's just a lot of good feeling, but it's a great rivalry, but a healthy rivalry.
Slow start for the Aggies on offense. Not a slow start for Sam Houston. Finister bailed out. 70% free throw shooter will go to the free throw line for a pair. Foul on Jaden Harris, his first personal.
At the line for the Bearkats, number 2, Dorian Finister.
Remember, Sam Houston won the regular season in Conference USA a year ago. This is a tough opening week for the Aggies. Last year, Sam Houston won the regular season. Louisiana Tech finished second. Aggies will have the Bulldogs Saturday afternoon inside the Pan Am. So the 2 programs that were 1 and 2 in the regular season in the league a year ago, that's who the Aggies open up with this year.
A little bit of zone, a little 2-2-1 zone pressure here.
Still a 2-possession game, very early here in half 1. Carpenter guarded by Wilkerson. Aggies trying to get him open. Here he flashes and catches. Mismatch here. Carpenter fades away, though, for a tougher shot. He gets the bounce. A handful off the bench for Carpenter.
That's the friendly home court bounce.
Hammonds picks up his dribble. Trying to hand it off for Sacco. We get a tie-up, and possession will go to New Mexico State here. But Russ, on the other end, you get the feeling that it's been a lot of fadeaway, fall-away jumpers by the Aggies, tough shots.
It's been very good defense. As we see Robert Carpenter here, he's got to back up at 16 feet. I just think it's terrific defense by the Bearkats.
We've seen Jackson backing up. We've seen Philly Povich backing up. Right now it's Pickens, Carpenter, Cook, Harris, and Emmanuel Shimanga on offense. Pickens to the rim, a lot of contact. Ball pop loose, grab by Finister, no numbers, a 2-on-3, pops loose on the other end. Wilkerson trying to grab it in the corner, and a reach-in foul is called in the corner. It's Art Carpenter.
And the Aggies might have got a break on the play before that. There's a lot of grabbing going on there.
A lot of contact. This should be a physical game. Both teams, both physical, as Hufner comes in for Finister. That's a no-doubt personal foul there on Carpenter. Boykin will trigger in. Trying to lob it in for Sacco, gets it to him. Back to Boykin, turns the corner to the rim, looking for a fancy finish, and he will go to the free throw line. Free throws 5 and 6 for Sam Houston coming up. Big difference in fouls right now. 0 committed by Sam Houston. Already a half dozen committed by Jason Hooten's squad.
Well, the replay made that look pretty close, Adam. It seemed like an obvious block when it happened, but on the replay, Pickens was pretty close.
Russ, this brings up an interesting stat, too, because early on this year, we talked a lot about how often New Mexico State was fouling. They're among the national leaders in a category you don't want to lead in. 23 fouls per game in the first 9 games. Since then, the previous 4, they've only committed 16 per game. That is 7 less per game.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. That's an interesting adjustment.
And it's certainly been a point of emphasis from Jason Hooten during practice. Defend without fouling. Pickens runs the point. Bearkats in the black, Aggies in the home whites. Aggies 5-1 at home this year. They won their first 5 conference home games a year ago. No crease for Cook. Wilkerson making it hard. Push out to the corner. Harris fouled on the three. And Jaden Harris will get 3 free throws. Chris Mudge, who had a very good look at it, can't believe it. Chris Mudge was probably 5 feet away from where that foul was called. And he's talking to Steven Anderson, the official. The Aggies looking to improve their free throw numbers. A league low, 66% for the year. Harris 10 out of 13 now this year. Only 3 Aggies have scored. Every single Bearcat who has played has scored so far. They played 7 guys. Bostic returns for Pickens.
One, fellas, don't push, don't violate. One.
Third free throw attempt for Harris. Makes 2 out of 3 and makes it a 1-possession game. Boykin out of the backcourt. Missed a month with an injury. Returned last game last weekend in a blowout win. 46-point victory against non-D1 Dallas. Cook blocks the shots. Gorgeous defense on one of the top scorers in the conference. Harris straight on 3. Way off. Wilkerson collects. Burns back on the arc. Hoofner, an excellent three-point shooter, barely graces the front side of the rim. Carpenter gets it back from Harris. Nice pass. That might be off Carpenter's leg. It is. Excellent defense by Brennan Burns.
When the Aggies missed an opportunity there, they had the numbers on the break.
That's high-level defense by Burns.
He did the only thing a smaller guy could do in that situation. He snuck behind him.
Field goal percentage has really dipped for Sam Houston. They haven't made a field goal in 3 minutes. Their field goal clip is down to 46%. That'll help on the dunk by Khalifa Sacco.
And he goes with a little soccer headbutt on the ball after that.
Sacco playing well. Only averages 7 points a game. He has 5 already. And a foul is called away from the ball.
But that's maybe the second or third time that Brennan Burns has been able to take it right into the paint. And the Aggies, if they're going to let Brennan Burns get the ball in at about 10 feet away from the basket.
10 paint points now for the Bearcats, and that was emphatic from Sacco. Foul was called on Finister. He was holding Cook, who's hard to defend. Finister has about 3 inches on Cook. Cook catches the flip. Cook to the free throw line. Buries the jumper.
Excellent move by Christian Cook. He went shoulder to shoulder on that screen, rubbed his man right off.
He's really having to work on both ends when Wilkerson's on the floor. Right now, Wilkerson's on the bench for Sam Houston. Catching a quick break. He already heads back to the scorer's table. He's going to check in momentarily again. Finister, tough look. His shot slips off the rim. High clearance by Carpenter. One of the top rebounders in Conference USA. Bostic picks up his dribble. Harris brushes off a Carpenter screen. Thought about a 3. Bostic trying to tell Harris to clear out. Takes Burns to the rim. Finished by Bostic.
And that's where Deontay Bostic is so tough. He kind of slithering to the basket. He's very smart the way he uses his body.
Russ, you mentioned in practice on Monday, he's a little bit bigger than his 6'2" listed frame.
I think he's 6'3". I don't think he's 6'2". I stood next to him. I thought, geez, this guy's, he's nearly 6'4".
Sacco looking for a guard. Finally hands it to Burns. Under 10 to shoot. Jump ball. Possession will stay with Sam Houston.
We're seeing an entirely different Christian Cook tonight than we've seen. He's been a solid defender, but he's been terrific tonight.
Cook gets away with one right there. He was all over the wrist of Burns. Chris Mudge still talking to the official Jason Baker about it. He has a point for sure. A lot of contact there. 9 to shoot. Baseline inbound for Boykin. Wilkerson guarded tightly by Cook. Hoofner almost dribbles it off his foot. Fadeaway long two, no good for Hoofner. Aggies trying to take their first lead of the night. Bostic, hammer going up.
It's going to take till March to figure it out.
Bostic only a 58% free throw shooter this year. He's only 64% in his career. Congrats to Deontay, who about a week ago joined the 1,000 point club. 1,014 career points now for Deontay Bostic during his time at Murray State, CSUN, and now here. And the Aggies had their first lead of the night with under 8 left. It has not been a perfect start offensively for New Mexico State, but the defense has really been good the previous 6 or 7 minutes. Keeping Wilkerson in check, and that's a big part in how you beat Sam Houston. The miss by Boykin, the Aggies will have possession. And it seems like it's going to be a collective effort against Wilkerson. It's probably not just going to be Christian Cook tonight. We're going to see other defenders defend him during the course of the game.
I think that's right, but one thing that became clear to me very early, Adam, it's not a one-man team at all. This is a very deep and talented team.
Great look for Cook. No good, missed it strong. Offensive rebound, though, by Jaden Harris, who does all the little stuff. Bostic finds his way to the rim again, lost the handle, squirts out of bounds. Last touch by Deontay. Christian Cook won't miss that look very often. He was wide open. This is a 6-0 Aggie run. Sam Houston hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Shimanga off and Filipovic in. It is still Cook guarding Lamar Wilkerson, who's been held to just 2 points on 1 out of 4 from the field. Boykin throws it away. He was lobbing it for Sacco, and Sacco never went towards the cylinder. And the only points for Wilkerson, it was the first points of the game on a difficult fadeaway jumper. Aggies made him earn it. Bostic backdoor. Cook in the mid-range.
Bostic, beautiful pass there. He got stuck a little bit. He couldn't dribble the ball because he bounced it, but he came up with a pretty smart option there.
3 Aggies with 5 points. Filipovic, Cook, Carpenter. Mid-post extended, Hoofner. He's averaging 15 a game this year. He lost it, stolen by Harris. Aggies in transition, lob for Cook. Timeout, Chris Mudge. Aggies break huddle with Cook, Carpenter, Filipovic, Harris, and Deontay Bostic. Bearkats going with Burns, Hoofner, Sacco, Finister, and their top scorer, Wilkerson. Hoofner trying to sneak by Filipovic, blocked by Carpenter. They're going to count the basket. Let's see if a foul was called. I don't think they called the foul. They just counted the basket. So give 2 points to Cameron Hoofner on the goaltending call.
Hoofner, he's a beast. He looks like he can bench press my car. Look how strong he is.
Yeah, that's the right call there by the official. Hoofner now with 7. Russ, he's one of those Division II transfers, and he was recruited and coached by Jason Hooten. Transfer from Division II Pittsburgh State in that MIAA, which also produced Christian Cook from the same conference at Division II. Bostic is blocked by Sacco, his second swat of the game. Filipovic with the steal. Sacco fouled him. Filipovic will shoot a pair. Oh, he does the small things well, doesn't he, Russ?
Boy, he surprised me there. I didn't think he was going to get that, and he stayed around. It's a gamble to stick around after you don't get the rebound.
But he's so smart. Look at this. Great read by Filipovic.
He nearly knocked that in anyway.
First foul on Sacco. He needs to find a way to stay out of foul trouble in this game. The depth isn't where it was before a week ago for Sam Houston without Kian Scroggins available. Scroggins was 20 minutes a game.
Yes, and as strong as could be.
Aggies making their free throws 6 out of 7 tonight. League low 66% for the year. It's been an Achilles heel for most of the year. A hold by Bostic, and Sacco will shoot 1 and 1. That was foul number 7.
And we've talked quite a bit about Lamar Wilkerson. Watch this nice pass. I like Wilkerson's demeanor. He's not panicked about that he's not getting, a lot of shots up. And I think he's letting the game come to him.
At the line for the Bearkats, number 34, Sacco, will shoot for 1 and 1.
This is 1 and 1 for Sacco. Bearkats 4 out of 6. Sacco now 1 out of 3. Filipovic saves it to Jaden Harris. Aggies going without Jackson and Pickens for an extended stretch. It's Bostic, the third option at point guard, running the show. Carpenter straight arm. A little too heavy. Harris trying to climb the back of Burns. Burns speeds down the floor. He lost it. Picked up by Carpenter. No numbers, Filipovic. Carpenter, tried again. Way off. Carpenter follows. Filipovic grabs it. Sacco avoids a foul, and now they do call one. Chris Mudge is heated. They called a foul on Sacco. That's number 2 on him, and Chris Mudge is still irate about the no call on the other end.
And I thought, now normally I do think Sacco is in Filipovic's head a little bit, because normally he can make this shot. And
there wasn't much there.
Yeah, and it's the second time, though, that Filipovic has gotten nudged a little bit in shots he normally makes. It's a little different when Sacco is breathing down your neck.
Yeah. That's 2 on Sacco, and Sam Houston's going to have to go really small. Finister in for Sacco right now. The 5 player is Cameron Hoofner, who, like you said, Russ, could probably bench press your car. He's 6'8", 230, but he's not normally the 5 player.
I mean, it's a small car, though, Adam. It's not a big car. It's a Toyota. But the Aggies are pretty small as well, though, with going with Carpenter and Filipovic.
This really allows the Aggies to play without Shimanga on the floor right now and go this small with Filipovic and Carpenter. Pickens on the floor. He's going to run the point on offense. The flip to Finister. He's not been a great three-point shooter this year. That's a tough jumper, and that's a good jumper there by Finister. Fading away, 16 feet away.
Yeah, he was getting meaningful minutes at Kansas State, but transferred to Sam Houston.
Pickens, Cook, Carpenter, Filipovic, and Harris on the floor. The roll by Filipovic, stripped away out of bounds by Hoofner.
And that's what Filipovic, he didn't make it happen there, but he forces you, he forces you to commit and to stop him. He's always trying to get a little bit extra down around the basket.
Inbounder is Pickens. Looking for Cook, he's open, great look. Yes, Christian Cook has a dozen.
When he shoots it, when he's on balance, Adam, it seems feathery. It seems just goes up like just soft as can be.
Wilkerson blocked away, tapped around, grabbed by Burns. Finister is going to heave an ill-advised 3, missed it short. Carpenter right there for rebound number 5 for him. And right now that Cook-Wilkerson matchup, advantage Cook. Wilkerson with only 2, Cook with 12. Harris out of the corner. He knocks it down.
Beautiful pass by Gabe Pickens. I'm telling you, Gabe Pickens really has a chance to be a terrific player if he can just hang in there for a couple of years. He's behind a senior now, but beautiful pass by Gabe Pickens.
Hoofner posting up in the mid-post against Carpenter.
Somebody better help him there.
Hoofner trying to silence the crowd.
Smart offense by Chris Mudge, where there's no one available to help except Lamar Wilkerson's man, and they're not going to help off of him.
And I'm with you as well, Russ. Good patience shown by Wilkerson, not forcing anything right now.
He's not panicked at all, and neither is his coach, Chris Mudge, who's been one of the best young coaches around.
Spin move for Filipovic, can't finish though. Media timeout, next end ball. The left-hander Boykin lines one up, he misses. Carpenter grabs in the corner. Aggies with numbers if they push. Burns all over Cook on the catch. That's what you need to do defensively against Christian Cook. The Aggies +3 right now in the rebounding department. Pickens to the rim. Layup is good for Gabe Pickens.
Come on, Gabe, you've got to run back now. Well, he hit the ground pretty hard. And
under 2 left. No stoppage in well over 2 minutes. Still need the under 4 media. Picking the pop for Hoofner. Chases down the miss. Layup is good. They're going to count it. +1 for Cam. So they waved off the Hoofner basket. There was a foul on the ground, 1-1, and he misses the free throw.
Well, that's a big break for the Aggies.
That's huge.
There. Yeah.
So that's why the score was 36-26 instead of 36-28. They reviewed to see if that basket should have counted. They deemed no, and he misses the front end of a 1-1. Aggies can grow their lead. Cook over Wilkerson. Might have rushed it a bit. Emmanuel Shimanga fighting for the rebound. Jump ball, and the Aggies have the arrow.
Now, how about that? Emmanuel Shimanga getting down low with Brennan Burns and fighting for the ball. And Burns is a strong little guy.
That's a 7-footer digging in to help keep the possession alive with 1:29 left before halftime. Shimanga goes off, Harris in.
It's a pretty small lineup here now for the Aggies.
And Sacco still on the bench for Sam Houston, and they are thin in the front court, so they go small as well with Hoofner, their tallest player on the floor at 6'8". This might be the way it goes the rest of the way for these two teams if Sacco's in foul trouble the rest of the way. Bostic surges.
Wow.
Bostic lays it in with the left.
Wow, and that was around Josiah Hammonds, the Chicago kid, who's pretty quick himself.
Hand off to Wilkerson to the rim, and he flips it in. His first point since the first bucket of the game. Aggies have outscored Sam Houston 31-13 during this current stretch. 31-13 after trailing early against the Bearcats. Cook the push out. Pickens a 3. Missed it wide right. Filipovic the offensive rebound. He'll zigzag in the key, and he gets called for a charge. Lower the shoulder. Filipovic picks up the personal, and it looks like that is his third. That's the third on Filipovic. Oh, that's big. Last win. Bearcats have won 5 in a row in this all-time series. Russ, it is Osborne defending Hoofner. Could be the final possession, about a 2-second difference, game clock, shot clock before halftime. So Osborne guarding Hoofner on the baseline. Let's see if
and there's height,
the Bearcats go to him.
Well, there's height and about 50 pounds difference as well.
This is how you earn more minutes if you're Jacoby Osborne right here. Burns to the rim. Burns finishes. Aggies with some time if they hurry. Pickens gets it in for Bostic. Crosses midcourt. He's going to shoot it from midcourt. No good. Personals only played 7 first-half minutes. He defends Burns. Burns, Hoofner, Sacco, Finister, and Wilkerson for Sam Houston on offense. We're in the Road Blacks. Filipovic defending Hoofner. Dump off to Sacco, his second jam of the night.
And again, it's Emmanuel Shimanga. He's going to have to, he does a good job of helping, but then he's got to recover.
It's been a thinner rotation for Jason Hooten. Carl Sharonfont and Nate Shimanga did not play in that first half. Filipovic puts it on the deck. He's working on Hoofner. Fadeaway jumper away short. Tipped around and grabbed on the sideline by Wilkerson. Bearcats once trailed by 12 late in half one. Skip to the far corner. 3 rattles out for Finister. Loose ball rebound Hoofner. He can't stick it in. And the effort no good by Sacco. Ripped in by Shimanga.
Well, the Aggies got a break there. Sam Houston missed 2 shots they would normally make. 3 if you count the one in the corner.
Bostic was great at times in half one. So was Cook. Jackson will launch a 3. No good, back iron. Push ahead for Wilkerson. Only has 4 points. Averages 19 a game. 3rd best scorer in Conference USA. That's a good look. The first made 3 for Wilkerson. Only his 2nd attempted 3.
And that's not a good sign for the Aggies. If Wilkerson heats up, it could be a tough second half.
Nate Chimanga about to check in for the first time for the Aggies tonight. Did not play in half one. Good start in half two for Sam Houston, just like they started the game. Bostic lines up a three, way off. Grabbed by Burns. Sam Houston can tie it with a made three. Burns slips, drops it off for Sacco. And now Wilkerson's going to post up Art Cook. Skip opposite sideline for Burns. Mid-range jumper, back rim no good. Long rebound to Jackson. No numbers for Zardi, so he waits for his teammates. Bostic had it touched. Bostic looking for a teammate. They're going to tie up. Possession points the way of New Mexico State.
Well,
Jackson gets it in for Cook. Wilkerson all over him. Great matchup, both ends of the floor. Bostic finds a curling Cook, who rises up and knocks it down over Wilkerson.
wow. A nice pass. Was that Deontay Bostic made the nice pass again?
Yep. Cook already at his season average. Averages a team-high 14 a game. Tough catch for Sacco, and he was held by Chimanga. Robert Carpenter comes in for Nate Chimanga, who picks up his first personal. Only 5 points, but 6 rebounds in the first half for Carpenter. Burns, Wilkerson contested three. Back rim no good. Sacco the offensive rebound, blocked by Deontay Bostic. Grabbed by Wilkerson, he'll try it again, rims it off. Snatched by Carpenter, his 7th rebound. Deontay Bostic.
Wow.
Rising high for the block. Stolen by Burns, thrown away Cook. Burns to the rim, layup no good. Carpenter the rebound, but he gets called for holding off on Wilkerson. I think he had Wilkerson kind of pushed off with one hand, grabbed the rebound with the other.
Well, Cook is in a little bit of the Christian Cook's, where the turnover happened. Christian Cook. That's not, well, I don't know. But I was going to say Christian Cook is going to have to threaten to penetrate a little bit. He's backing up, and they're overplaying the wings. He's going to have to drive by his man if they're going to overplay the wings like that.
Backdoor, Hufner lays it in. One possession game. Hufner in double figures, the first Bearcat to reach double figures, and Burns fouls Jackson in midcourt.
Boy, those are two strong, quick, smaller guys, Brendan Burns and Zardi Jackson. And here comes a guy just as strong in Boykin.
Foul number 2 on Burns. Hufner a year ago, he was battling an injury, so he was not healthy a year ago. That's been the biggest rise in his game this year, as he's healthy again. He's been one of the better players in Conference USA, averaging 15 a night. Cook gets by Wilkerson, off on the jumper. Sacco grabbed it, and then Filipovic rips it in and gets fouled.
Gutsy play by Filipovic. That's the second time he's anticipated.
The game was right around Christmas time, so the schedule is part of that.
But I think part of it also, they shoot the ball so well, and they're scoring a lot of points. And when you're scoring a lot of points, the other team gets the ball. But they're not holding the ball. They're looking to score, and the first available 3 goes up.
That's a good point. Carpenter, Cook, Jackson, Bostic, and Filipovic right now are defense. Some three-quarter court Aggie pressure. Hufner with Bostic guarding him. About a 6-inch difference. Boykin's 3 is no good. Sacco the offensive rebound. Sam Houston shoots 40% from 3 for the year. They are 3 for 13 in this game. They also average 9 made threes per game. The Aggies have guarded that 3-point line at a high level. 3 to shoot for Finister. Leans in, floater no good. Another offensive rebound for Sacco. He's been a beast on the boards.
Yeah, he's eating the Aggies alive here on the boards.
And there was contact, foul on Carpenter.
And now you've got Filipovic and Carpenter with 3. Here comes Big Emmanuel.
Sacco played for one of your good buddies at South Plains JUCO a couple years ago, Russ.
Yeah, Steve Green, as did. Sorry, who's
Jaden Harris?
Yeah, that's right, Jaden Harris.
Yeah.
So two players in the game played for Steve Green.
Now again on Carpenter, it looks like. Back-to-back fouls on him.
And interesting tidbit, Brennan Burns played for Steve Green's brother, Kelly Green, at Southeast Oklahoma,
yeah.
where Dennis Rodman went to school.
That's Carpenter's fourth. He got 2 back-to-back, so he goes from 2 fouls to 4 quickly. So now major foul trouble. 3 on Filipovic, 4 on Carpenter. 2 guys that essentially play the same position, and it's going to be one of those guys guarding Hoofner. And right now it's Filipovic who had to come back in.
Well, Adam, I'm going to go on record as saying if the Aggies are going to win tonight, it's going to be guard play because they're just not deep
Third
enough
dunk
inside.
for Sacco. This one an alley-oop on the inbound. New Mexico State leads by 3, but this is a danger zone. Sam Houston playing very well here early on in half 2. Filipovic picks up his dribble, trying to keep his pivot foot. Had issues doing so. The handoff to Bostic. Bostic maneuvers around Finister. Filipovic a sideline 3. Shimanga the offensive rebound. Bostic in the lane, dumps it off to Filipovic. Nice feed.
Another good pass from Deontay Bostic. One of Deontay Bostic's best all-around games, and it's coming at exactly the right time.
Boykin the kick out. Hoofner whips it out for Finister. Long on his 3. Weak side board for Cook.
Now, the one thing that might work to the Aggies' advantage, if Sam Houston is not shooting the ball well from 3, those are longer rebounds, and maybe the size won't bother the Aggies.
Jackson penetrates. Jackson to the rim. Missed it. Tipped out to Bostic. Bostic with it. Lane is open if he takes advantage. Shimanga trying to work around Hoofner down low. Filipovic, step in 3, Bostic. Bingo!
It looked to me like Bostic went a little extra arch right there. Didn't it seem like he arched that one more than he normally does?
We got a whistle after the made 3. I think somebody on the Aggies touched it when it went through the cylinder.
Got a warning, you mean?
There's a wet ball as well, but I think somebody did touch it when it went through the rim. Either way, Bostic connects from deep. And he is now 5 out of 9 from 3 in his previous 4 games, which is a huge number for him. And now Chris programs meet up.
That's right. What's keeping Sam Houston in the game is their offensive rebounding. They've got 6 offensive rebounds in the half already after just 6 minutes. They're pounding the boards, and that has nothing to do with foul trouble. The Aggies are going to have to battle on the boards here.
Neither team has shot it great from 3. The Aggies 6 out of 18. Sam Houston 3 for 14. Boykin picks up his dribble, bounces for Sacco, back to the point guard, Boykin. Boykin, strong move to the rim. Nice finish for the left-hander. Bostic, Filipovic, Jackson, Harris, and Emmanuel Shimanga on offense. Filipovic still sitting on those 3 personals. Carpenter on the bench with 4 personals. Harris pull up on the baseline. Too strong.
Whoa!
Filipovic over Boykin. Boykin gets called for the foul. That could have been really dangerous there in midair, Russ.
Sorry, I let out a yelp.
That could have been dangerous, right? He was sitting on Boykin's back.
Yeah, sorry, I thought he was going to land on his head. I thought he was going to get killed.
Oh.
And fortunately, he used the ball to break his fall.
I think he might have jammed his finger on the ground in the process. He was tugging on it. Either way, the foul goes on Boykin, his first, instead of Filipovic. Shimanga's working hard. He's trying to post up on Sacco. Filipovic barrels down low and scores. He has 14.
Well, that just told me a lot about Filipovic. He nearly lands on his head and gets killed, and he comes right back and makes a tough shot. That's the guy you want in the foxhole with you there, Peter Filipovic.
Jason Hooten said in the preseason, he said, when healthy, this could be our best player, and right now he's playing like it. Wilkerson is fouled going up. Foul is on Emmanuel Shimanga, his first.
But did you see there, Adam? I'm talking about it's a healthy rivalry. Well, we're gonna watch Filipovic here stick it back in, but on that play, Sacco and Filipovic both went down and they helped each other up.
Yeah.
And I do think it's really just seeing the respect between these two programs was really heartening to me.
Lamar Wilkerson, team best 85% free throw shooter. Bostic goes off. Cook comes in for him. Wilkerson played 1 year for Jason Hooten at Sam Houston, now in his second year with Chris Mudge. Began his career, Russ, at Three Rivers JUCO before going to Huntsville.
Yep, from Ashdown, Arkansas. Makes me think that he'd look pretty good in Razorback red.
He's awfully good, one of the best scorers in Conference USA. Second personal on Boykin. Wilkerson, by the way, has led the Bearcats in scoring 2 straight years now. He was 14 a game a year ago, 19 a game this year. When you think about scoring guards around Conference USA, 2 guys that come to mind are Cook and Wilkerson, and they match up on both ends of the floor. High post, Emmanuel Shimanga looking for Cook. Here comes Cook on the curl. And Cook gets fouled, reaching in, Finister.
Well, Cook might have gotten a break there in that I thought he was going to shoot because he's so deadly from 17. I think he was fortunate he got fouled. I think he got fouled. I think he was fortunate to get fouled.
5 team fouls apiece. The Aggies like to look for Cook on the inbound. Shimanga, Harris, pump fake and a drive. Shimanga whips it back out for Filipovic, who zigzags and kicks. Jackson is stabbing a 3, too strong. Shimanga might have been held. Player was out of bounds. It's Wilkerson. The Aggies will have it. In particular, 5 out of 6. New Mexico State, 9 out of 11 from the free throw line so far. Pickens enters, and he will inbound the ball for Filipovic. Cook on the curl, shoots it over to Bearcats. He missed it. Sacco the rebound. Here come the Bearcats. Transition, Wilkerson. His 3 is good. And it's a 1-possession game once again. The first transition made 3 for Lamar Wilkerson.
And he had Finister, but open 3 for Wilkerson is just like a layup for Finister, I suppose.
Just like we see Christian Cook do so often. Loves that transition 3. Even if no rebounders are around. Filipovic finds a crease.
This is Gabe Pickens' breakthrough game, Adam. He's playing with great confidence. He's really helped the Aggies on both ends.
A lot of contact.
I mean, who's initiating the contact there? It looks to me like Hoofner's not running in a straight line. And Adam, the referees have been very good up till now.
Steven Anderson, Jeb Hartness, and Jason Baker, the crew. This is not an easy game to officiate. It's been physical. It's a conference game. Both teams want to start league play 1-0.
I mean, can they call it a no call and just Sam Houston ball on the side court? And it's not Hoofner's fault. He's as big as a truck. I think it's going to be sideline out of bounds. That's what they're pointing at.
He just pulled him by the shorts. When you see the baseline camera, he just pulled him by the shorts and pulled him down.
It's going to be a flagrant 1 on Gabe Pickens. 1 free throw for Wilkerson. They said he was tugging him by the shorts, so that leads to the flagrant 1. And it's going to be Hoofner shooting a free throw. He's going to shoot 2 apparently.
Yeah, and the referee told me that they felt like from the baseline camera, which we haven't seen yet, that Gabe Pickens grabbed him by the waistband and pulled him down. We definitely didn't see it from our angle, so I generally don't apologize to the officials, but they might have got that right. We just don't have the same angle that they have over on the other.
So 2 shots and the ball, and Pickens will go off, and Jackson will come in. That could be big the rest of the way as Hoofner makes both. And now Sam Houston can tie with a 3 here.
Well, it's a shame because Gabe Pickens had played so well up to that point.
Yeah.
And he may get another chance here before it's over with.
Wilkerson in the lane uses the left hand. He's starting to heat up a little bit. We knew he would start to score. 14 now for Wilkerson. Sam Houston has cut it down to 1. The Aggies led by 12 late in the first half with 80 seconds left in the first half. Hoofner making Filipovic work to get open. Shimanga swings it for Jackson. Wilkerson defending Cook well. Jackson, 2 to shoot. Filipovic off on the 3. Wilkerson touched it. He doesn't believe so. Steven Anderson called it out of bounds, and now he's asking Jeb Hartness for some help on the sideline. Let's see if he touched it.
Yeah, he touched it.
Yeah. And Jeb Hartness said, yeah, he did. Stick with the call.
He must have said, I didn't mean to touch it.
Jackson, a floater. Good.
And that may be the breakthrough shot that Zaudy Jackson hadn't scored until that basket.
That was his 7th field goal attempt as well. Only played 7 minutes in half 1 because of foul trouble, playing a lot more in half 2. We know, Russ, he can be really good down the stretch in games. We've seen it multiple times this year.
Well, he's got that attitude. Did you see Nick Coppola's article about him in the?
Yeah.
It was an excellent article.
Excellent.
In the Sun News, was it today or yesterday?
The answer from Boykin. Lead down to 1 again. Step back 3 for Jackson, way off. His shot just hasn't been there tonight. Doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but shoots almost 40% for the year. A lot of contact out of the arc. Going to get a lot of free throws. Returned last weekend after missing a month with an injury. Nice to have him back if you're Sam Houston. Trying to take their first lead since they led 20-19 just over midway through half 1. Lead back to Sam Houston. 2 ties, 2 lead changes in the game. Burns comes in for Boykin for the Bearcats. Filipovic, Bostic, Cook, Emmanuel Shimanga, and Jaden Harris right now with the Aggies trying to get back in front. New Mexico State 1 for 7 from 3 in this half.
Look at Hoofner working so hard to keep Filipovic from getting the ball. He can really move for a big guy.
Off of Wilkerson. If you look at defense and just individual defense, Russ, the first half, Cook was the all-star defensively for New Mexico State. This half, Hoofner's been defending Filipovic at a high level.
That's right.
Fadeaway 2 for Cook, and he's fouled on the shot. Wilkerson picks up his second, and he puts a very good free throw shooter to the line for 2. We kind of figure this one would be very tight late in the game, and it is certainly trending that way. 2 programs that went 7-6 in non-conference, but trended up right around Christmas time. The Aggies have won 4 out of their previous 5. Bearcats have won 3 out of their previous 4. Very difficult schedule for both. We mentioned the Bearcats games against Nevada, Baylor, Indiana, and Pitt.
Wow.
Of course, the Aggies played Dayton, Texas, New Mexico, among others. UNLV on the road as well. Lead change number 3. Sacco back to Burns. Working on Bostic. keeps the pivot foot. Hands it off to Finister. Finister shoots it over Shimanga, and that was around the cylinder. Basket interference on Sacco. It was around the cylinder. That's a hard call to make, so wave off the basket for Sacco.
Well, Sacco making a small mistake by Sacco, but he's really made an impact. And this is the most minutes he's ever played. The most he'd played up to this point is 25 minutes all year. And he's going to get quite a bit more than that tonight.
Almost has a double-double. 9 points, 10 rebounds. Picked up those 2 early fouls, but hasn't fouled since. Bostic working on Burns. Harris is open. Hoofner late to close out on him. Harris too strong on the 3, and it bounces over the backboard. Aggies were a little late noticing how open Jaden Harris was.
And here's the goaltending, Adam. Pretty close.
Substitution for the Yankees, number 21, Robert Carpenter.
That reaction by the Sam Houston bench. Carpenter returns, 8:28 left. He has 4 personals. He picked up 2 fouls back-to-back early on in the half. Aggies would love some offensive production from Carpenter the rest of the way. Filipovic managing to stay in the game despite guarding Hoofner. Wilkerson checked by Cook. High hedge. That was Carpenter. Bostic trying to poke it from behind. 3 to shoot for Burns. Burns, a tough fadeaway jumper short. Sacco another rebound. His 11th. He has a double-double. 11 and 11 for Sacco.
Yeah, and he's eating the Aggies alive inside. He's just too much for Carpenter to deal with.
And a foul on this end on Burns. That is foul number 7, it appears, on Sam Houston. For Sam Houston, they went back and reviewed it during the timeout. So count the bucket for Sacco, who now has 13 instead of 11, and it is the right call.
And 7 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Wow. 13 and 11 for Sacco. 1 and 1 for Bostic. Rims off, and Sacco collects another rebound. Sam Houston right now in a good position on the road. Bearkats, the defending regular season Conference USA champions. Harris, Carpenter, Bostic, Cook, and Filipovic for the Aggies right now. Hoofner to the rim. His shot no good. Corralled by Carpenter. It's Burns, Sacco, Hoofner, Wilkerson, and Finister right now for Sam Houston in the black on defense. Wilkerson making it difficult for Cook in this half after he scored 12 at half one. Bostic on the spin. Bostic trying to grab it. We get a jump ball, and possession goes to Sam Houston. The defense is revved up in this half for the Bearcats, most certainly, Russ.
That's right, and Brennan Byrne, who's the smallest man on the floor, the Southeast Oklahoma transfer, really terrific defense against Bostic, who's 5 inches bigger than him.
Burns out of the backcourt for the Bearcats. One of a couple Division II transfers for Sam Houston, and it's worked out well with him and Hoofner. Finister missed it. Filipovic grabs the rebound after it was tapped to him by Carpenter. Aggies can tie it with a 3. Mid-post extended, Filipovic gets Sacco in the air, finishes. Peter Filipovic with 18. That's a game high for Filipovic. Let's see if he can stay on the floor because of foul trouble the rest of the way. And Burns is bumped by Bostic. 1 and 1 coming up for Brennan.
Sort of got in Filipovic's head where Filipovic was missing shots he would normally make, sort of looking around for Sacco, which is hard to blame him. Sacco is a real force.
Speaking of Division II transfers, Zaldi Jackson, the transfer from West Georgia, comes in for Bostic. Burns gets 1 out of 2. Hoofner the offensive rebound. He misses, and Filipovic avoids fouling him. That's a double whammy right there for the Aggies.
And Adam, I'm going to make a coaching suggestion. I'm going to suggest that Carpenter nails a couple of those quick threes that he's famous for.
No pop out yet from Carpenter. Instead of popping, he rolled. Usually he pops out and looks for the three. Cook is bumped a couple times. Fadeaway jumper. We're tied at 59. Christian Cook took over a couple games down the stretch a year ago in home wins in conference play, most notably against Liberty. Wilkerson finds Burns. Post touch Hoofner. Help comes from Jackson. And Phil. This is 1-1 for Hoofner. A really good shooter, 84% from the free throw line. Third year at Sam Houston for him. One of them was spent with Jason Hooten as the head coach. But Sam Houston up a pair. Biggest lead for the Bearcats was 7, but that was a long time ago when they led 15-8 in the first 7+ of the game. They got off to a good start. The Aggies built a double-digit first half lead, led by 8 at the break, and now Sam Houston is +10 in this half. Cook on the curl, rises up, way off on the three. Might have rushed it a bit. Burns, poked by Jackson. Whips it out for Finister. Wilkerson with 14 tonight. Line drive shot, no good. Sacco keeps another possession alive.
Yeah, Sacco's like he's the dominant force here. I mean, I've never seen a player that's only played 20 minutes a game come on and dominate like this.
And now the Bearcats in the double bonus, so Sacco will shoot 2. This is where he has struggled this year. 1 for 3 tonight. 49% from the line for the year. Two players with 4 for the Aggies, Carpenter and Filipovic. Carpenter on the floor, Filipovic on the bench. Burns with 3 personals for Sam Houston. Nobody else has more than 2. Russ, going back to your point about Carpenter, he's only attempted 4 shots. He's 2 out of 4. He's only attempted 3 threes. This would be a nice juncture for him to score in bunches.
Wouldn't it? But the problem is that Hoofner guy is guarding him most of the time.
Cook, too long on his 3. Carpenter trying to grab the rebound, can't do so. Wilkerson the push. Finister running with him. Finister touch.
You know, Carpenter hasn't done much offensively in a long time. I think it's going to have to be, it might have to be Cook.
Jackson speeds in the key. Sacco right behind him. Looks like it will be a shooting foul.
I'm going to have nightmares about Sacco tonight, I think.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Foul is on Boykin.
I mean, look at that.
It is going to be 2 shots for Jackson, so it was a shooting foul, even though it seemed like the foul was potentially before the shot on Boykin. Either way, the Aggies will take it. Jackson, 81%, team best free throw shooter. He has the 3rd best assist to turnover ratio in Conference USA. Aggies 13 out of 16 from the strike. Looking for a stop before the under 4 media. We have a dandy tonight, league opener in Conference USA. Wilkerson against Cook, the matchup to watch. This is Boykin. Aggies trying to defend without fouling. They haven't done that much in this half. Sacco got tripped up. Boykin the drive and the kick, and he throws it out of the reach of Hoofner.
Well, Boykin had Jaden Harris beat there. He had a layup and passed the ball.
Aggies trying to regain the lead. Last lead was when it was 55-54 Aggies. Let's see what Jason Hooten drew up. Drew up a play for Carpenter. Buries the triple.
Well, if you wish for it enough, maybe. I had it on my late Christmas list there, Adam. A 3 from Carpenter.
Jason Hooten, X's and O's out of the timeout. Layup is good for Boykin. Under 3 left. You go back to Carpenter. Probably trying to do so. Let's see if Hoofner leaves him. Sam Houston will switch on the screen. Jackson back to Carpenter. Back out for Zaudy. Still need to worry about Cook if you're Sam Houston. And now Hoofner defends Cook. Mismatch here. Bearkats indecisive defensively on who's going to guard Cook. Cook the fadeaway. Swirls off. Filipovic was grabbed, and that's a foul on Sam Houston. 4 personals, doesn't matter. He's still crashing.
Yeah, I think the mismatch that the Aggies missed, though, is Carpenter is being guarded by Boykin, who's strong and a very good defender, but Carpenter immediately went out to the perimeter rather than posting up with a smaller guy on him. Watch Filipovic in the crowd there.
Aggies still in the single bonus. That was team foul number 9 on Sam Houston. So the next foul and both in the double bonus. Big night for Filipovic. He has a game-high 20. Aggies looking for a stop with 2 1/4 left. Burns brings the Bearkats out of the backcourt. Slings it for Boykin. Back to Brennan Burns. Hoofner wasn't ready for it. Intercepted Filipovic. Bounces for Cook. Who's foul going up?
Mudge to take Sacco out of the game, but I don't think he's going to listen to me.
Cook trying to make it a 2-possession lead. Also looking for his 20th point, trying to match Filipovic. Sacco clears. Rebound number 13. 14 and 13 for Sacco. Sam Houston, a really good 3-point shooting team. 4 for 15 in the game. Wilkerson lost it. It's loose. Harris trying to grab it. And it's last touch by him out of bounds.
I'm looking for Wilkerson to shoot this one here. Adam, I think it'll be Wilkerson this time for a couple times here down the stretch.
It's been a good second half for Lamar Wilkerson after a very slow first half. Boykin fouled. Not sure if it was a shooting foul or on the ground. Either way, he's going to shoot 2, so it doesn't matter. It's on Jaden Harris. That's also the 4th on Harris, so 3 Aggies with 4. 2 shots the rest of the way for both sides. Chris Mudge was on Jason Hooten's staff at Sam Houston for 13 years. All 13 years, Jason was the Bearkats head coach. He was his go-to assistant, the associate head coach. In the final couple of years, Jason was there.
So what they lose with Bostic is so good going to the basket, but Jaden Harris is a little better 3-point shooter, and that may be the strategy here.
And the box out Sacco if there's a miss. Carpenter does. Well done. Defensive rebound as he boxed out on Sacco on the miss by Boykin.
Yeah, you called that one exactly. I should have said that. You beat me to it.
2-point lead, 90 seconds left in the league opener. Filipovic out of the key. Looks at the hoop, doesn't shoot it. Hands it for Cook. 5 on the timer. Cook weaves. Cook, fadeaway deep 2. Yes! Oh, what a shot by Christian Cook. Time. 14 in the game for Wilkerson. 10 of those have come in this half. Only had 4 and a half won. Let's see if Chris Mudge chooses Wilkerson on this trip. Boykin runs the point. A touch for Wilkerson. Finister. They're looking for Hoofner. Filipovic is there to help if they need it. Harris guards Hoofner. Hoofner turns to the rim, dumps it off for Sacco. He fumbled the catch. Sacco finds an angle and lays it in. He fumbled the catch, but he stuck with it.
Yeah,
Timeout, Chris Mudge.
I thought that Bostic might just go ahead and foul him there.
Aggies roll with Cook, Jackson, Filipovic, Bostic, and Harris. So Carpenter not on the floor. He's on the bench right now.
Stay away from him, Peter. I don't want Peter Filipovic to get a moving screen call here.
15-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Does Cook have one more in him? Wilkerson checks him. Angles around Wilkerson to the rim, kicks it around. Bostic fakes the three. 4 to shoot. Jackson has to hurry. Leans in, looking for a foul. He made it. Jackson made it. They're going to check to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Holy smokes, Saudi Jackson.
Well, that was actually a lucky guess, Adam, but I just think he's such a winner of a kid. And I thought he got fouled on that. I cannot believe that wasn't called as a foul. I don't know if it was a 2 or 3, but it was definitely a foul. He hit him in midair.
They will review to check. I think they're also checking to see if he got it off here.
He's definitely got his foot on the line.
Definitely a 2.
Well, we have the wrong.
He got it away.
Yeah, we have the wrong angle though for the. He may not have been fouled there. We have the wrong angle. Just like with the Gabe Pickens intentional foul, it did not seem like an intentional from our angle. It turned out it was.
He got it off in plenty of time, so the lead grows to 4. 16 seconds left. Shot clock off. Plenty of time left if you're Sam Houston to get a quick 2 right here.
Pretty good camera work by the Aggie Vision crew there. Careful now.
Big screen by Sacco. Boykin to the rim. Finger roll. Nice finish. 10 seconds left. Aggies inbound for Cook, and he's held right away.
And that was exactly what the Aggies didn't want to do, is let Boykin is tough and quick and just to drive in and shoot a layup. That was a little bit too easy for the Aggies defense there.
Cook 3 out of 4 on free throws. Chris Mudge does have 1 timeout left, so he could draw something up after these throws for Cook.
I told you this week, Adam, that maybe Sean Harrington, who's here again, would bring the Aggies good luck. Let's see what happens here.
23 for Cook. 2-possession lead.
Now I wonder, Lou Henson would foul here, but I don't know that Jason Hooten will.
Boykin looking for a quick pass.
Run the baseline, which will help.
Both teams in the double bonus. Aggies do have 1 timeout left, and Filipovic has issues trying to get the ball in here. Gets it in for Cook. Fouled right away by Boykin. A little bit of time comes off the clock, 2.5 left. And Russ, we've talked about this before. The women's game, you can advance the ball, and this is irrelevant because Sam Houston doesn't have a timeout left, but in the men's game, you cannot advance the ball. So let's say Sam Houston had a timeout left. You could advance the ball into the front court and set up a pretty good shot, but here you would have to go the length of the floor if you're Sam Houston.
Yes, yes. And I'm a little surprised there that Cook was able to catch the ball because he's the best free throw shooter in the gym probably.
He's trying to ice it right here. Aggies haven't defeated Sam Houston since 1992. Bearkats have won 5 in a row in the all-time series.
And I think the Aggies can let them play it out here. I don't know that they have to even guard them.
That should ice it. 4-point lead, 2.5 left. Baseball feed Hoofner through the hands of Sacco. Aggies escape. 1-0 in conference play.